Hello and welcome to another cube draft. No clue what I'll first pick here. Not actually a really good card except Domri, and I think Domri has to be the pick here. Excuse me for a second while I actually leave this game because I want to do this and finish this. Out of these cards, I think Blade Splicer is good, Tron is good. Obviously, I like a lot of cards actually here, but seeing that I first picked Domri, I want to be more in green anyway. So Tron has to be the pick, and I am gonna go for that. I think Tron is pretty good. Only gonna go to white and going to Naya when I actually pick up Stoneforge or something. There's a Lymphala though, and an Old Man of the Sea, but there's also an Oran Viper. Let's go for the Viper. There's a Huntmaster, which definitely is a good card, but there's also a Burning Pot. Seems more likely that Huntmaster will win compared to Burning Pot. Burning Pot is just so good. And I'm gonna go for that. It's obviously a 3-drop, but you can't drag here. So we have Domri and Burning Pot, so we're definitely a creature-based deck. We want something like Flame to Kabu, something that makes tokens. We saw Blade Splicer, which I'll pick up, I guess, and then do double splash or something. Also, Deep Shadow is actually pretty nice. There's also Dismember Wasteland. Also, Deep Shadow is a 1-drop though. Powers into Burning Pot, allows a splash into black if need be. Is it better than these? I think it is. We're gonna have removal in red normally for some cheap creatures, and green will give us big enough creatures to remove things, so Dismember just dilutes our deck from a Burning Pot deck. I think we want as little as possible non-creature cards. And if you do have non-creature cards, we want them to have a really powerful effect or work with creatures somehow. Like a Planeswalker that makes tokens is still fine. There's a Voice. I think that's good enough to go white. I mean, sure it's a 2/2, but it stops counters. But the fact that it's creates a really strong token as well makes it good. I think it's better than the Lightning Mauler. So yeah. Then we get a Broodmate Dragon or a Fate's Feathers. I think the dragon has to be the pick. There's also Clifftop Retreat or Banisher Priest. Let's go for the Priest. Broodmate Dragon is a really powerful card, but the problem is that we already committed to white here and red here, so I actually want to be Naya, and Banisher Priest is just a decent card. It's a removal card with a nice effect. There's a Bonfire, a Tok'tar, a Gargadon. Bonfire is nice, but I think it's gonna be our splash. Woolly Tok'tar seems pretty good. I think that has to be the pick here over Bonfire. Although Bonfire is really good against me though. Let's go for the Tok'tar. Then there's a Kurt Ape, there's a Crag. I think I'll pick Crag up over the Kurt Ape. Wooded Bastion versus Jotun Grunt. Wooded Bastion just because it fixes. More fix here, Battlefield Forge. So that's 3 fix in the first pack, that's pretty nice. I'm a big fan of 2 lands. They're definitely the reason why Cube is so good and so fun to play, is because you have these options with all these different kind of lands. You have filter lands, you have no, this is not a shock land, but okay. Then we have a Wall of Omens versus Earthquake. Oh, I guess I'll go for Wall of Omens. Got a message from someone. Whatever. Wall of Omens, not sure if I'll play it. I mean, it doesn't fit our team of being aggressive and fast. Histrodon Wield, that's interesting. It's not that powerful of a card, but when it does connect it's pretty good. And none of the other cards actually matter to me, so. I thought that in a deck um, arena format where you can do such broken things, I actually prefer drafting creatures, while in other formats, mainly constructed, I hate playing with creatures. Well, it's not that I hate, but I think it bogs down the game. It's not as entertaining as um, playing mind games on opponents with spells, or do you have the spell, do you not have the spell, trying to outlevel them. Um, actually enjoy that, and that's why I always played Storm combo, just because it's so fun to play and try to outplay your opponent. And like in a combo mirror I once, like you both have Orange Chant and Silences, so it's really hard to play the combo mirror. And I saw he only had a fetch land to get white, but I knew he had a silence and I had two, so I silenced him. He fetched, and in response of his fetch, I silenced him again, so he didn't have any white to cast a silence or chant, just a silence effect, I guess. So it was stuck with the card in his hand, but it's stuff like that. It's just little things, little attention to details that can win you games. We eventually drew 1-1 when it's time. Obviously, all of us had enough chance to walk each other through all the times, and I conceded to the guy because he organized all of the things for Grand Prix Madrid back then, and I was like, yeah, whatever, just take this one, I'll let you have it. Wow, there's a treachery in there. Not actually a lot of good things for my deck except the bailout, but there's also treachery, which is pretty good. But this pack is just terrible for me. I don't think I even want the card that can wheel, except maybe the Avalanche Riders. But it has to be the bailout that I pick here. Yep. Wow, what a terrible pack for me. Just absolute junk. Only one green card, which was a bailout. Not even an equipment of any sort. Still looking for some more acceleration, I guess. Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch. Just elves. The 1/1 that fights or allows your creatures to fight is definitely another card I'm looking to pick up. And only have 2 red cards. Someone is definitely in red. But I guess I can splash it. Just splash the Domary. There's an Angel, which I think I'll pick here. There's also Wickerbrow Elder, which I wouldn't mind seeing wheel, but I think the Angel won't wheel. There's Hellboreal, that's good against me. There's Solemn that I wouldn't mind picking up, so there's 3 cards basically that I wouldn't mind seeing wheeling. I think Relic or Solemn can wheel. Wickerbrow Elder maybe, but I think that's the most unlikely. Some guy did disconnect though, so it's gonna be a bit slow, I guess. There's an Arbor Elf, there's a Riftbolt, there's Trend Dynamo, which doesn't actually do anything. The guy reconnected, thank God for him. There's a Cackler, but that's in my splash, same with the Riftbolt, but I don't think Arbor Elf is that good though. Does accelerate me. Carcass, what do I have from Legendaries 1? Maybe Carcass is better than the Elf. Yeah, let's try. Another bunch of junk. There's a Gideon though, which I think I have to pick. There's also Firelit Ticket, which I wouldn't mind seeing wheel. Burst Lightning, maybe the Golden Shadow, but highly unlikely. And that's it. Ravagers of War seems pretty bad for me. Also need a good 6-drop to get into. I think Sun Titan would be really good for me. What else could be good? Primeval Titan doesn't seem to be that strong. As a 6-drop, if Inferno Titan definitely. Are there really strong cards that I'm like, yeah, this is what I want? Except equipment, I definitely want equipment here. Still want some more early cards as well. Fauna Shaman seems nice to have. Tractus, but then I can cut a Histrodon maybe. Moment Speed doesn't do anything for me. Plateau does. There's also even Mind Sensor, but that's pretty weak in this format. There's also Bogard and Hellkite to go into. But that's a splash again. I think Plateau is better. Here we get a nice 2-drop, which I can't actually use. Has to be Precursor here. It's a nice 5 to get and to sacrifice. Verdant Catacomb I'll pick up. No, actually I won't. Unless I find something more. Yeah, packs definitely aren't kind to me. There's a Bone Splitter. I guess I like that over Brushland, just because it's an equipment. Student of Warfare has to be the pick here. It's better than this, and I think it's definitely better than this. Yeah. There's a Hellspark, there's a Keiga, Genju. None of these actually are appealing. So just pick the Keiga and say bye to it. So the Relic did wheel. Solemn didn't, and no clue what the other card was. That was like, yeah, I might want that. None of these are appealing except maybe the Rector. But what enchantment will I ever get? There's also Inkais, is it? Just pick up Godless Shrine. I won't play it, I guess. Ravages of War, I won't play it, I guess, but can pick it up. Same with the Godless, it's gone. So we have 5 lands. There's Prophetic Bolt still in here, wow. Such a strong card, no clue why it's still in there. Maybe I should have picked the Boilet Work, seeing that it's 2 my splash and it would have allowed me to splash Keiga. Just kidding. It's more likely that I'll splash for a really good black card if I already have to fix for it. But it's not gonna happen, I think. Dismantling Blow, sure. That's a good sideboard card to have. To at least have a removal. Cruel Turf, wheeled, nice. Last pick, fix, that I'll play. So I actually have 6 lands that I'll non-basic that I'll play, so. Wow, what a bunch of junk. There's Wall of Reverence, which is a 4-drop that I can get. There's a Lightning Bolt, which is probably the pick. I have to pick Lightning Bolt first here. Wow, how bad is that? There's also Sundering Titan, which actually hurts myself too much. Is the wall really that good? It is good, but is my late game that strong? I don't think it is. Celestial Purge is nice, but I think I have to pick Lightning Bolt here as a removal card. And here we have a Track-Tusk, nice. There's also this I wouldn't mind seeing wheeling. This, of course, I guess. Calciderm, that's it, okay. There's Rofellas, there's Fauna Shaman, there's a Myria. What's the better one? I think Fauna Shaman. Wow, this Rofellas. What's wrong with the name? It looks really odd. Like it's like they took a scan of the card. But I think Fauna Shaman is a bit better. Yeah. There's Lion, there's Lightning Helix, there's Silverblade Paladin, there's Mentor of the Meek. I think Silverblade Paladin has a better upside. Lightning Helix is definitely a strong card, as is Strong Earthquake, but I think Silverblade Paladin is just too good to pass up. Giving double strike to a creature is really good. It's self-included, of course. Like double strike on a creature with Bone Splitter just seems sick. We have 15 creatures at this point. One has to go, which is gonna be the Wall of Omens. And then we have this pack, which is basically garbage for me. Not gonna run any of these cards, so I'm gonna pick up a Flagstones just in case. It usually is better than just the planes, right? Yeah. Only one legendary still. Two decent planeswalkers. What is this, man? Seriously. Glenalendra is a nice one to get. If I was blue, but I'm not. Still think I'm gonna pick it though. It's better than Regrowth. There's also Hollow Fountain, whatever. Wow. There's so many people in these colors. There's a Terrastodon or a Genesis. Or a Yosei. I think I have to go for the Yosei because it's a 6-drop. Definitely wouldn't mind these, but Yosei, or just also Exalted Angel. Am I gonna have issues against mono red? I don't think I do. In that case, Yosei is better. There's a tracker that I wanted. Nice. So that's 22 cards. Need one more to run. I have drops until 7, which makes Birthing Pot pretty good. There's this pack, which I definitely dislike. I think Smokestack is the stronger card here. There's also Tech Edge, but whatever. Currently have how many non-creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calciderm. Misty Rainforest gets me just green, right? Yeah. So Calciderm or Teen Street. Teen Street seems better as a sideboard card. Then there's Barbarian Ring. There's also Pristine Angel. Is it better than Barbarian Ring? Probably. It's also a 6-drop. And it's good against control decks, I guess. I think it's better than Histrodon, something like this. Have 2 5s, have 2 6s, and 1 7. There's Savannah Lines, there's Fire Spouts, which actually hurts me more than anything. There's Volcanic Island in case I want Glenalendra. I think I'll pick up Volcanic Island. Out of these, Dead Bridge Shant is a better card, or Arena. Arena is a better card, I guess. There's Sunken Rose or Hallowed Fountain. I'm gonna pick up the Hallowed Fountain. It allows my splash for Glenalendra sometimes. I think I just accidentally clicked Shoal. Yeah, if I want, I can get Keiga and Glenalendra against some decks. I can even just main deck him and go for the splash there, but we'll see. These are 3 cards. These are all cards. They're all cards, of course. They're always all cards. How many blue figs do we have? 1, 2. Okay, so that's not enough for main decking it, I think. That's not a creature, not a creature. It's not in my deck. It's not a creature. Don't think that's main deck. Not a creature, not main deck. So these are exactly 23 cards. Is there anything I want to change here? The Histrodon for what? Teen Street Hooligan? Nah, Teen Street is a splash. Can still play Glenalendra, but I think I want it in the sideboard. This is not a creature, of course. And this seems fine. Plenty of 1-drops. We have decent amount of 2-drops and they're good cards. Then on 3, the game begins actually. So I want anything instead of the Pristine. So let's look at lands. So these are the lands we have. With Bastion just counts as both. So these are 2 planes already. If we go by pass by color first, that would have been a bit better. So we have 4 splashes for red, which I think is sufficient. Like, there's no need to actually play a basic mountain here. If you let it suggest, it does add 1. So I think 5/5. We have 7. This doesn't actually count as green though, so something like this. So we have 6/6 and this one. Yep. And I'll see you guys for round 1.